everybody. This is ISTA 498 Senior Capstone, The Collapse. My name is Vebi Yilmaz, and within the game, I was responsible for sound effects, arts, and then at the end, I worked on the website development.
Hello, my name is Lucas Lemaster. I primarily worked on the programming part of the game and configured Unity elements to build the game.
My name is Jarrett Page. I worked on the theme of the game, came up with the characters and their attributes, and contributed somewhat to the artwork. I also coded some of the puzzles, and near the end of the project, I aided in making the website with Vebi.
Our site supervisor's name is Drew Castalia. He was extremely helpful in the whole design of the game. He helped us work out any bugs. He met with us every other week talking about what we should fix, what we can add into the game, and what we can implement. Overall, he's just extremely useful, and we do appreciate him helping us a lot. Now we're going to go ahead and give a gameplay walkthrough, and Lucas will go ahead and do that right now.
Hello, this is the Collapse. When the game starts, it gives me a basic tip to how to start the game. And to start the game, you just simply move away from the sign to minimize it. To get to this next room, to get the key, we need to press on all the pressure plates in a specific order. Once that happens, you get the key. With the key, you can free the brute and use him to help you progress the levels. With the brute, he can pick up objects, which makes it useful for completing certain puzzles. To progress here, you just have to drop the boulder in the bowl and you can move on. For this next puzzle, you have to make sure that the ball falls in the socket, and if I just drop it, it completely misses and I cannot progress. However, if I align it correctly, I can reset and it will now fall into the socket. With that, I can reach the next room. And here, the ladder is broken, so to fix it, we need a ladder piece. I do this jumping puzzle to reach it, and once I have the ladder piece, I can progress. Here, we need to reach the toolbox, but we are not able to reach it unless we drop a boulder off the side, because this acts as a scale, and because the weights are even, it's going to even out. But if I drop it off, then the user ascends and is able to reach the toolbox. With the toolbox, we can free the final character, which is required for this next puzzle. Now we can toggle to him, also pressing Q. With the mechanic, we previously weren't able to reach up here, but by fixing the minecart with the mechanic, you can push the minecart over and jump on top of it to reach the next part. In this next area, you want to drop the boulder into the pocket. So you have to time it and drop it. It's quite difficult to do, but if you get the timing right, it should drop it into the pocket. Now in this room, you want to match the shapes with the images above on top of the pressure plate. So here, it matches the green octagon. And here, if I tried putting on something else, it just won't fall. But if I drop it on this pressure plate, it will activate it. With all of them active, we reach the final puzzle, which is the hardest puzzle, which is where you have to escape by jumping on top of these moving platforms. These black platforms will break over time, so you have to be careful to make sure you're not on them for too long. And with that, we reach the end, and that is the victory screen. In this game, we track several objects of the player's behavior, and one of the main things is how many puzzles they've completed. And we also track how long they've been in the game. And that concludes the game.
So this is the website we designed for our game. We used HTML to design our website. The website comes, so you start out on the home page. Within the home page, it talks about what the game is, how you be playing the game, and just overall what the game is going to be about. We also do show off our 3 characters that you'll be using within the game to solve each puzzle. Next page is the character page. Within this page, you will see each one of the characters that are in the game, how you can find them, how you free them, and what you'll be using them for.
The 3 characters you can play as are the Explorer, Brute, and Mechanic. You start off with the Explorer and very quickly get a hold of the Brute, and then later on get a hold of the Mechanic. Each character has different mechanics that you use to get farther in the game.
The next section is our game data section. So this is what we collected from our playtesting. How we did this was at the end of our game, once they press the escape menu and they return to the home page, it would send us an email with a whole bunch of information we collected throughout the game. So as you can see here, we collected a total of 3 charts. We obviously did collect a lot more data than this, but 3 charts were a perfect amount. So we started with the first chart, which is puzzles that were completed by each participant. So it shows how many participants. We did have more participants than this, but we didn't want to include all of them. Shows how many puzzles they completed. Next one was total time spent on each character. So this is in seconds. So this is how many seconds they spent on each character. And lastly, we wanted to see how far people were getting within the game. So we collected data to see how many people completed 6 or more puzzles, because that's kind of the halfway point for our game. And then the last page is the developers page, which it shows off who was contributing to the game, and also our mentor, which is Castalia. Thank you very much for listening to our video about the collapse, and have a nice one.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.